Good morning and welcome to Holy Trinity's Daily Reflection. Now, many of us probably grew up in the 1960s when all people needed was a little peace, love and understanding amid the horrors of the Vietnam War. Or maybe it was the 1970s. Who remembers the winter of discontent or the miners' strike? We have a habit, however, of looking back with the proverbial rose-tinted glasses, remembering only what was good, helped by memories of maybe first holidays abroad, the films we saw, the music that we still think is far better than what there is today. But nowadays, when we look around the world we live in, it's easy to think we see things getting worse. Examples being the virus that is still dictating how we live our lives. Other things like zero working hours, high street shops closing, energy prices going through the roof. It's hard to believe that around 5,000 years ago, the writer of the Old Testament book Ecclesiastes wrote, "History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new." This all brings home to me the words of one of today's set readings, the writer of Psalm 40. He found much the same thing. There's nothing naive or sentimental about the words written. Very much in touch with the harsh realities and difficulties and struggles of life at that time, much as we are experiencing today. Psalm 40 doesn't sugarcoat anything. There was little optimism about human potential or the changes we can bring if we just get the right influences focused. Psalm 40 examines deep personal issues of faith, of fear, and how they get tangled up for us in the themes of failure, sin, humiliation and shame, but at the same time, redemption. It's a very long psalm, so here is an edited version. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see the fear of the Lord and put their trust in him. Sacrifice and offering you do not desire, but my ears you have opened. Burnt offerings and sin offerings you did not require. I desire to do your will, my God. Your will is within my heart. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who long for your saving help always say the Lord is great. But for me, I am poor and needy. May the Lord think of me. You are my help and my deliverer. You are my God. Do not delay. This is the word of the Lord. While we can read the full words written in Psalm 40 and admire its words, the depth of thought and faith conveyed in its phrases, who with any conviction can say, I waited patiently for the Lord? When do many of us ever wait for anything without frustration or anxiety? Whether we are stuck in traffic, waiting in a doctor or dentist's waiting room, or just generally waiting for things to get better, we are no good at waiting. At least I'm not, and I'll bet I'm not alone in that. While I like to think I'm organised, I have very little patience. We prefer to keep moving, not wasting time, or letting the clock tick away while we just don't know what will happen next. Patience is listed in the New Testament as being a fruit of the Spirit, which it must be for somebody, somewhere, but not for me, at least not yet. Having patience can be hard, especially today in our modern fast food, McDonald's drive-through, next day Amazon delivery type of world. Patience seems to be something of a lost art, a muscle we don't exercise very often. Yet, as Christians, we're called upon to continually use that muscle. Closer to home, I have recently witnessed firsthand how someone very close to me was given what might have been potentially devastating news. Yet, instead of crying, "Why me?" or going to pieces. This person showed a great deal of patience. Patience not only in the ability of the doctors, but also the amount of people known to be praying for the situation. Being able to acknowledge both faith in God and in the power and prayer was in this case able to bring peace as well as patience to the situation, much as it has done down throughout the centuries for many people. In this case there was healing, but I have witnessed with so many other people that same faith, coupled with patience, has allowed a peace to take away the jagged edge of fear and grief. Or in the words of Jesus, who said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, I give it to you. Let your heart not be troubled, neither let it be afraid." As the writer of the Ecclesiastes said all those years ago, history merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. That is true, but with faith and patience, we can be well prepared. And to finish with a prayer which is based on Proverbs chapter 16. God of peace, your word states that it is better to be a patient person than a warrior. It is better to have self-control than to conquer a city. I pray that I hold my peace and remain patient in all things. I declare that I will not react of emotion. Instead, I will reflect and wait before I act. Patience is better to have than power. So, Lord, help me to remain patient. Amen. So thank you for listening this morning. Whatever you do this coming week, be good. Be careful if you can, especially now we are back in Plan B. But if you can, keep smiling. Bye for now.